What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video. How do I even start this video, guys? You're probably explaining why I'm here. Well, the reason why I'm here is because I was told to make this. I was told to make this content because it's gonna help. It's gonna help somebody out there who needs to hear it. But the reason why I'm here exactly is because I was home all day today and I didn't go out. So I figure after I finished my chores and cleaning, I decided that I should go outside and just get some fresh air because I've been in the house all day. I have cleaned my entire house. I've dusted everything and also cleaned the bathroom, which I don't clean the bathroom that often, but I would say it's clean enough, or I say cleaner than the average, considering the average people don't really clean their bathrooms. Okay, but enough of that. Yeah, so I'm having a McDonald's vanilla soft serve cone, and it's pretty rewarding because I got it through the McDonald's app and it's for free, so it's something I get to enjoy. But while I was kind of out here getting some fresh air, I saw this content on TikTok that says that someone out there is waiting for your content, and your content could be an answer to someone's prayer. And so it's the coincidence because I was actually debating or not whether to make a video tonight because I'm feeling kind of tired, but at the same time I woke up with some interesting verses in my head that I kind of wanted to share, and it's associated with the content that I'm making right now. Okay, so about a couple days ago, I realized that some people out there that whether through association with friends or like churches or communities, right? That it occurred to me sometimes people think that you're not worth their time in investing, and when I realized that, and when I realized that, I was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was kind of bitter, hearing that truth and hearing the idea that I might not be worth some people's time that I think I'm worth, right? And it kind of triggers some trauma within myself because I feel like growing up in the US especially, I felt like I've always been overlooked and not heard, not seen, and that's always been like a stinging spot in my heart whenever I hear phrases like, "Oh, don't waste my time," those natures of things. You're not worth my time, don't waste my time. Whenever that phrase gets tossed around, whether at me or at someone else or just openly declared, it has a soft spot on me because it really rubs me the wrong way when I hear that, because I feel like when you go into the mindset of thinking someone is not worth your time, it means that you're better than them, right? It means you're better that inherently you think that you are better than someone else, someone who's not worth your time, right? You think you're better than that person. And I was a little bitter about it, hearing about that, because one of the buddy I hung out with the last couple of days has said something similar, and I didn't really confront him, but I just knew that phrase didn't sat well with me, and I think it took a couple of days for me to kind of you know, unwrap it myself of why those phrases rubs me the wrong way. And so I took it personally. Even though I know that it doesn't represent me. It speaks more about the person who said it rather than the person being told that. And the last couple of days I felt like this kind of anger within me that I didn't know how to articulate it, but it's probably just the idea that I see things differently because I've been in that side where people don't think I'm worth their time, and growing up overlooked, unheard, unseen. I just felt that, like, for me, I could have easily taken that bitterness and be like, you know what, if that's the way the world works, then I will be a part of that. I will be part of that person and continue to judge others, see that they're not worth my time, or just categorize people, right? I think that's where that really stems from, like categorizing someone, whether they're worth your time or not worth your time. But then I realized that because I didn't like the way how I was treated as somebody who's not worth someone's time, that I said, no, I'm not gonna do that to somebody else. Because deep down inside me, I really believe that everyone has their own set of values, that everyone deserves to be heard, that everyone deserves to be seen. And I felt like what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to stop that cycle by being somebody whom I needed when I was a kid, right? That means that sometimes if I see somebody that's kind of left out, I'll try to get them to involve in the conversation, right? And usually when I don't do that, it's because I felt kind of shy or I'm not confident at the time. But I genuinely feel bad for people who feels left out in, like, in situations. And I sense those things because I was once that person, guys. I was once that person who's left out, and nobody made the effort to pull me into the circle, introduce me. And I want to be that person for whoever feels that way. And like I said, the last couple of days I was kind of wrestling with the bitterness, right? And then this morning, I kid you not, I heard a verse in my head, or God spoke to me. It was the verse I heard was it's like soft words turns away wrath, and then and the opposite of that is harsh words stirs up anger, right? And I realized that, yes, my feeling of anger is justified, but the way I was speaking about it in my head, the language I was using was not glorifying who God is, right? Because I'm made in the image of God, right? And in the words it says to speak softly, because life and death really do come from the tongue, right? Words can either be really gentle like pillows or really sharp and dull like daggers, right? So there are a lot of powers in words, and today's verse really reminded me of that. And that's probably why you're seeing a little more jolly side of me on this video, because initially when I was gonna make this video, it was actually a lot more angry. I don't want to say angry, a lot more wrath, a lot more serious demeanor. But somehow I'm here now making this video in a brand new attitude. And I only have the Lord to thank for that. And I hope this video kind of helped somehow in some ways for whoever needs to see it. And yeah, and you know, like I said, I try to include everybody if I notice, you know, if people feel left out, because I know exactly how it feels to be left out, and I didn't like it, man. I didn't like being left out, making me, sometimes when I feel left out, it makes me feel like I'm not enough, you know, to be part of a conversation, to be part of a group, to be part of a community. And that's the last thing I want to ever make someone else feel like whenever, you know, we're in the same vicinity. And I don't know where I'm going this, how I'm going to end this, but guys, if this clicked with you, leave a comment, leave a like. I haven't seen a lot of comments in my videos, and you know, if you're watching this, I encourage you to write a comment and let me know what you think. You know, have you done something that helped include somebody brand new into the group to make them feel welcome? Because I think we all need a buddy for that, right? We all need some guy to make us feel welcome. And you know, and you know, if I ever had a kids, I would want my kid to do the same for his friends or whoever's in those situations, you know, to be that person to make people feel welcome. Because it sucks being lonely, man, especially among people. Loneliness among people is worse than being alone and feeling loneliness. All right, anyways, I think I'm rambling a little too much, but you get the spiel. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish my cone, and you guys have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you're watching this. Okay, it's leaking now. See ya. Boom.